Yo, what is up guys, welcome back to SP Vids. In today's video I'm going to be showing you some tips for performing alongside a rapper with the 404sx. These tips will probably apply to any device that you want to use, but I'm specifically going to focus on the 404sx for this one. So I did a few nights last year in my local venue, a few hip hop nights, and they were gaining a bit of momentum, but then COVID hit unfortunately, so we're not doing any live performances obviously at the moment. I'm going to talk about rehearsed backing, and then also, as I did some impromptu backing as well, so we'll go through that as well. If you're new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and for anyone that's interested, I've also got a membership as well. Check the link below the video to join and you can see what that's all about. If you're already a member guys, the November vlog is dropping today, so keep your eyes peeled for that one as well. So yeah, let's get into this one guys, some tips for backing up or DJing rappers on stage. Right guys, so we've got the 404sx here, and I'm going to talk through two different approaches to this. So the first thing that I want to talk about is pre-rehearsal to a performance. So if you've already hooked up with a rapper and you know that you're going to do a performance, I highly recommend that you sit down and do as much rehearsal as you possibly can basically. The more you can rehearse, the better it's going to go on the night, and that's the ultimate aim. You want to please the crowd and do a good performance. So yeah, just get your set dialed down as much as you can. Make sure all your songs are in the correct order on your pads, for example. Maybe if you're launching them from these pads, maybe just put them in order of the way that you're going to perform them so that it's easy to keep track. And another tip as well, you may want to check out what vibe the night is that you're performing at before you go ahead and decide your set list. If it's quite a chilled night, you might want a few slower songs in there. If it's a really energetic night and the other performers that are performing as well do really energetic music, then maybe you should pull out your more energetic songs for that. So try and read the night before you get there and see if you can come up with the right vibe for the night as well, because that's really important. Okay, so if you're in a position like I was, where I didn't have any pre-rehearsal with the rappers that were on stage, it was kind of like a jam in a way for the last sort of hour and a half. So any loops that I had inside the SP, they were just ready there to use for someone to rap over. So the first thing that I'd say about approaching an impromptu kind of jam is keep everything as simple as you can, and the worst thing you can possibly do is sort of change or glitch the tempo of the song and the beat of the song, because the rapper needs that beat, that constant rhythm to be able to listen to and be able to rap to effectively. So some of the effects are going to be more useful than the others in this situation, and I'll go through those in a little bit. I'd also say as well, like, keep the loop simple. If you listen to some of the golden era hip hop, you will notice that the loops are incredibly simple. I mean, they're usually 2 bars, maybe 4 bars. They're that constant rhythm so that, again, the rapper can just do what he needs to do over the top of it without any kind of like distraction or disruption. It can just flow nicely. So yeah, keep your loops really simple. I've got an example here. I just cooked up this little 2-bar loop. It's nothing amazing, but it's kind of got a golden era vibe to it. And although that sounds boring to you because it's just a repetitive loop, that's perfect for someone to rap over the top of. So what I'm going to do here is show you some examples of effects that you can use that won't disrupt the flow of the beat, but will give it a little bit more dynamic as well. So I think sweeps in this one are really, really good. I'll try and remember to link to the card, because I've done a video about doing sweeps on the SP404sx before, audio sweeps. If you don't know what they are, go check out that video and it'll explain it. I'll perform them now anyway, so you'll be able to understand what they are. Audio sweeps are perfect for underneath a rapper because it doesn't change the rhythm of the song, but it does change the sound of it, so it makes it a bit more interesting. But it doesn't change the beat in any way, so it's not going to disrupt his flow, and yeah, you add a little bit more spice to your beat. So here's an example of one. I'm going to do the filter drive. So let's get that ready, and we'll hit this beat again. And let's go for that filter drive. Okay, so those kind of sweeps are really, really perfect for underneath a rapper. You can do the same thing with isolator as well, so let's just set that one up. So I'm going to take all the lows out and keep the rest of the mix the same. And let's give that a listen. So yeah, go through the effects, experiment, and see which ones you can do audio sweeps with to make your beat sound a little bit more interesting underneath, but without chopping up and ruining the rhythm. So one effect that you need to be really careful of using underneath a rapper is the DJ effects looper. So DJ effects looper is a super cool effect, but it's so easy for the beat to go out of time. So let me give you an example with this one. So to you, those things may sound cool and in time, but if someone's trying to rap along to a constant rhythm, I guarantee that's going to mess with their flow so much. So unless you're really, really hot on the DJ effects looper, I would probably say just avoid that one if you can. So yeah, up here, isolator and filter drive are perfect for laying underneath. And I'm sure there's others in the 24 MFX as well. I think MFX 16 could be one that could work actually. So let's give that one a little try. Maybe you could like start a song like this. So the last one I want to mention is pauses, and you do have to be super careful with those as well because it's very, very easy to go out of time with them. Where you can do a pause is with the isolator. So if we crank on the isolator and turn everything to 0, you can do pauses by using that. So let me give you a demonstration here. So that kind of thing can work really well, but if you go any longer than that, it does start to get really difficult to keep the beat in time. So let me give you another demonstration of how this can easily mess up the flow of a rap. So okay, that was very lucky because I got that one spot on, but maybe counting at the side of the SP is the way to go, but let's try it again. See there, that came in slightly out of time. So yeah, I was actually getting that spot on then, which is annoying, but the last one I tried to purposely go a little bit out of time, which is going to happen if you're on stage and there's other distractions going on. So yeah, that slight just drop in the rhythm can really affect the rapper's flow as well, so just be very mindful of that. I'd say keep the pauses short, and apparently tapping on the side of the SP while that's on silent is a really good way to keep in time, so you can try that if you want to as well. So that's it for this one, guys. I just wanted to show you those tips. If you're thinking of performing with a rapper, I hope they help. I will say that it's a lot of fun, so I highly recommend it if you can get the opportunity to back up a rapper. If you're not feeling very confident, obviously, yeah, get the pre-rehearsals in if you can. If you're pretty competent on the SP and you've got some killer loops that you know will work, then yeah, head to those impromptu nights as well, because they're a lot of fun. You don't know what's going to happen at all. It's completely unrehearsed. So thanks for watching. As I said, if you're not a subscriber, I'd really appreciate it if you could subscribe. And just quickly as well, yeah, these tips will apply to any unit that you're using. I just find that the SX or the A is probably the one for live performance, just because you can have so much sample time on each pad, so you can essentially have a track on each pad. So thanks for watching. Check out membership as well if you're interested, and also go to spvids.com for hardware and beat packs as well. There are actually some dials on there at the moment. I've kept it pretty quiet. I haven't announced it properly yet, but yeah, if you want to pick up some custom dials, not like these ones, unfortunately. I've had to put these ones on because all my others are for sale now. So check out spvids.com for all that stuff. Keep making beats, guys, and I'll be back very soon. Peace.